Hello and welcome to another episode of InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. It's once again time for the latest from the IT and science worlds. Let's start off the show by taking a look at an upcoming story. Last month, NASA announced that it would attempt DNA sequencing in space. This is actually only one of many experiments held at the International Space Station, and the project will attempt to detect and sequence DNA from a virus, a bacterium, and a mouse. We have more on this story and more next on Briefing Scope. NASA announced new experiments currently underway in the International Space Station. These experiments include sequencing DNA in microgravity and observing how cellular structures and organs are changed by the space environment. Korean researchers have developed a film-like plastic photocatalyst that changes carbon dioxide to formic acid. A photocatalyst accelerates chemical reactions involving light. The latest technology is cheaper and easier to make than conventional powder photocatalysts and has a larger surface area to capture more light. I think it would be so cool to see how carbon dioxide can be converted into a type of liquid fuel. But that's not the only cool story for today. Our next story will look at the use of solar energy in outer space. Last week, we brought news about the Juno probe that successfully entered Jupiter's orbit. Now, going off that story, did you also know that the probe is powered by solar energy? In fact, the probe uses less electricity than a microwave oven does. We have more on this in just a moment. And for more space news, scientists have discovered a planet where there are 3 suns. Doesn't that sound like a scene from a sci-fi movie? I wonder how bright it will be with 3 different suns. But let's take a closer look at exactly what the scientists discovered next on Industry Inside.
This is the planet Tatooine and its 2 suns featured in the movie Star Wars. In 2011, a similar planet was actually discovered and was nicknamed Tatooine. Recently, a planet with 3 suns was discovered. The planet, currently known as HD 131399AB, is 4 times as massive as Jupiter, and it's 320 light-years away from Earth in the constellation Centaurus. This planet orbits the biggest and brightest star in its system, and each orbit lasts 550 Earth years. At the same time, the other 2 suns orbit each other, and there are moments when all 3 suns are visible from the planet. Subsequently, there are periods when there is no nighttime, as when one sun sets, another rises. Moreover, this planet has seasons like Earth, but each season lasts longer than a person's lifespan. The researchers behind the discovery say that having 3 suns can create an unstable orbit due to changes in gravity, but this planet is an exception. Juno is the latest probe to visit the planet Jupiter, and the first ever exclusively solar-powered spacecraft to go beyond Mars into deep space. The probe receives 500 watts of power from the Sun as it orbits Jupiter. This is half of the 1,000 watts required to operate a microwave oven. This means that the spectroscopes and equipment on board Juno are all designed to run on very low power.
지구보다 멀리 벗어나서 이제 화성 넘어서까지 가게 되면 태양 에너지가 점점 약해지게 됩니다. 원자력 에너지를 싣고 가는 게 통상적인 임무였는데 이번 주노 미션은 태양 전지판이 굉장히 크고 3개씩이나 싣고 가는 거긴 하지만 그래도 원자력 전지 없이 목성까지 도달해서 임무를 수행할 수 있는 그런 특징을 가지고 있습니다.
Juno has a variety of equipment for scientific experiments as well as special passengers. They are miniature figures that represent the Roman god Jupiter and goddess Juno and Galileo. Moreover, NASA plans to accept suggestions online for potential locations for the probe to capture on film. The whole world is paying attention to the deep space exploration history that Juno is writing. This is the Vitruvian Man, one of Leonardo da Vinci's most recognized works of art. The work illustrates the precise proportions of the human subject. It is not merely a work of art, but a work that converges art, math, science, and philosophy. Convergence is linking all disciplines of the academia, including art and science. Recently, Korean artist Kim Yoon-chul successfully collaborated with the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN. Kim uses the magnetic field to create highly original works of art. He implements a variety of scientific principles into art to come up with novel expressions.
엄청난 상상력이 없이는 불가능한 세계거든요. 그 두 개가 실천들이 있을 때 우리에게는 그 세계를 알 수 있는 어떤 통찰력이 생기는 것 같아요.
Different artistic endeavors broaden the spectrum of ideas for scientists.
보이지 않는 것들을 잘 보는 게 예술가들이 갖고 있는 어떤 비전, 그 시각이거든요. 그래서 굉장히 복잡한 현상들에 대해서 볼 수 있는 시각을 주는데.
Art and science are seen as completely opposite fields, but they both share a common denominator called imagination. With the help of imagination, the two fields are fueling each other's growth.
I always thought of science and art as completely different industries, but it definitely brings great synergy when they come together. Let's hope that similar collaborations continue in the near future. Now, moving on to our next segment, Korean researchers developed a new technology that will abate worries about radiation emitted from X-rays and CT scanners. That sounds like great news to me because I always get so paranoid at the doctor's office. We'll have more details on this for you in just a bit, but first, we're going to take a look at the story about the world's first Stingray robot. The robot is capable of moving even without electricity as it works with the help of photostimulation. How does this exactly work? We have the answers for you next on Tech a Peek.
This is a coin-sized Stingray robot. It begins to move when light is shown on it. The robot moves without any additional power. The key lies in the muscles that react to light. The researchers made a gold scaffold on a polymer substance and added muscles to the frame. The muscles are made with 200,000 cultured heart cells from rats. These cells have been genetically modified to shrink when exposed to light. The robot moves by contracting and relaxing the muscles, all triggered by light.
빛을 주게 되면은 여기서 이온이 빠져나가면서 이게 수축이 되고요. 빛을 다시 없애주면은 이게 이완이 됩니다. 이런 수축 이완 작용이 반복시킴에 의해서 이것이 움직일 수가 있게 됩니다.
Moreover, shining strong light on one side of the robot causes that part to react even stronger, meaning that the robot can even change directions. Mechanical robots require an external source of power, but this one is an exception. It is 16 millimeters long and weighs 10 milligrams and capable of moving at a maximum speed of 2.5 millimeters per second. The researchers proved that it is possible to create a robot with actual cells, and their goal is to build a humanoid composed of living cells like humans. Their research and results were published in the global academic journal Science. In Korea, where general health checkups are regular appointments, most people undergo a CT or X-ray scan once a year. Statistics show that an average Korean receives 5 radiographic procedures every year as of 2011. Subsequently, many worry about radiation exposure. Previous research states that Koreans are exposed to radiation primarily through CT scans and X-rays. Now, Korean researchers have developed a method of radiography that puts such worries to rest. X-rays emit radiation when the light is on. The conventional method using filaments generates unnecessary amounts of radiation even after the light is turned off. But the new method uses carbon nanotubes instead and works digitally. It's faster and emits light precisely, reducing radiation to as much as 1/10 of the normal amount.
다가 빠르게 되면 그 엑스레이 소스와 디텍터가 동기화가 됨으로써 불필요하게 조사되는 시간을 줄이는 장점으로 방사선 피폭량이 줄어들게 됩니다.
Moreover, the new method is capable of images that are twice as sharp, and the equipment can come in a miniature size. The researchers believe that this technology could also be incorporated into non-destructive item scanners, cultural property scanning, and airport security scanners. A drop of shampoo falls on a piece of plastic used in standard shampoo bottles. The liquid sticks to the plastic. The soap components cause the shampoo to stick to the plastic surface. This time, a drop of shampoo falls on a specially treated piece of plastic. The shampoo flows down. Researchers from Ohio State University in the United States were inspired by how the lotus leaf stays dry even when it's pelted by rain. The surface of the lotus leaves are extremely hydrophobic. The nanostructures on the surface are covered with water-repelling wax, and raindrops flow off immediately. The researchers implanted a nanostructure similar to that of lotus leaves in the plastic used for making shampoo bottles. This artificial structure ensures that shampoo does not stick to the plastic.
샴푸통 내부에 나노 구조를 형성하고 다시 연꽃잎의 왁스에 해당하는 불소를 코팅하였습니다. 그렇게 되면 표면 장력이 굉장히 낮아져서 샴푸가 그 위를 흘러갈 수 있을 것입니다.
The researchers state that this unique structure can be applied to shoes or camera lenses, among other products, to add water resistance.
That last story is so interesting because I'm pretty sure we've all tried to get that last drop of shampoo out of our bottles. Now with shampoo that won't stick to plastic, we won't have to worry about thumping out the last drop anymore. And I'm sure that this new nanostructure will have many other practical uses for our daily lives. Well, this concludes our episode of InfoScope. I hope you all learned something new today. And remember, we will be back next week with more from Science and IT. Have a wonderful day and goodbye, everyone.